Yo, what is going on, growmies? Hope y'all are doing well, growing well. Now, growmies, coming back into the 2x2 tent 5 days later since our last update. Let's see how the plants are doing. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but in the past 5 days, these plants have completely exploded and are filling up their 1x1 section. Autos are like growing magic with extreme rapid growth rates. And I swear when they start running, they never stop. As we can see, we have not done any training on these plants at all, which is why there's a lot of fan leaves blocking grow sites below. Taking a closer look at training, out of everything that I've seen with autos, such as topping, LST mainstem training, blah 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 blah, the best way to grow autos is to just leaf tuck them and don't do any other training. As we can see, after tucking all the leaves, the plant looks a lot more exposed, and the bud sites look more exposed also. We can really see how the sauerkraut is doing now, and the plant looks exceptional above. But let's check out a closer view on the inside. And after getting through these jungle leaves, we can see, wait, what is that? Yup, y'all see it, nanners. Hidden at the very bottom of the plant, just on the main stem. There are a few nanners forming, and before these nanners get fully developed, I decided to just pull them off by hand. Overall, sauerkraut from Mephisto genetics does look pretty good, but not gonna lie, I was completely surprised to see nanners. Anyways, after seeing the nanners on sauerkraut, I got super paranoid, so I ended up checking our next plant to the right, which is a purple microverse from Nightowl genetics. This purple microverse is honestly one of my favorite autos to grow, and for good reason, considering that every single seed I've grown has ended up exactly like this. Also, with the purple microverse, we end up doing the same training of just tucking leaves. Now for the red-headed stepchild, we have Star Spangled Banner 3 in the back left, and honestly, low-key, I'm gonna retract some of my statements. This plant is not bad compared to the other ones, and it actually ended up growing into something. As we can see, it got way too tall and ended up nearly touching light, pretty much touching it. So I decided to just lightly bend the main stem down. To do this, I'm just bending the main stem and twisting it until the plant naturally falls over gently, but doesn't fall completely over. You don't want to completely break the wall of the plant's stem, you just want to loosen it. And after bending the plant down, we can see that the overall canopy is more even, at least for the own plant itself. The last plant is tucked away in the very back, and she's another small girl. This black hole haze F1 tester is from Rince's Reserve. Now, not gonna lie, this little plant actually has a decent amount of bud sites, and it really turned around in the last 5 days. We can really see the size difference of how small black hole haze is compared to purple microverse. Now, when I go to checking out the soil, some of the pots were dry and some of them weren't that dry, so I wanted to check weights, and our first plant that we tested was black hole haze, and it weighed 15.6 pounds with the bucket. Now, the key for watering these plants is that when we check the topsoil, we can see that it's starting to get dry and feels pretty light all the way throughout, so I definitely want to water today. Checking out the sauerkraut plant, this one is sitting at 18.2 pounds, so it's literally 3 pounds heavier compared to black hole haze. Now, as we can all see, these plants are fully transitioning to flower quite aggressively. Now, once my plants are in flower, I start to look at the lower leaves for signs of deficiency. A lot of people will say it's normal for the lower leaves to die, which it kind of is, but when I have my best soil mixes, the lower leaves completely stay perfect green and never die. So it's better to not have any deficiencies, top to bottom if you can. Checking some of the leaves, they all look pretty okay for now, so today I'm just going to water. Now, when I water in this organic peat moss soil, it's extremely important to evenly saturate the entire medium from the top to bottom with some runoff to ensure that the solids don't build up too strong. Now, if you haven't noticed, at some point in the video, I do have a little bit of a fungus gnat problem, which was because I bought some other organic cheap soil and attempted to use it in another grow, which went terribly wrong since it was full of fungus gnat eggs. Literally like 1,000 bugs spawned in like 3 days. So I'm never using that soil again. Use good soil, don't cheap out on random other soils. But yeah, so far the Grow Peaceful soil has been clean and I haven't had any bugs at all. So the bugs didn't come from this soil, they came from another tent. But they're finally dying, and the way we're doing that is just using sticky traps. Now after the water, this is how the new tent looks after reorganizing the plants. Now the reason I put the plants in the back is it's sort of like stairs that you would see inside of a stadium. That way it doesn't block the people lower or shorter in front. I know a lot of people are highly stressed about having an even canopy, but for me it is what it is. If the plants are shorter, they're just shorter. If they're taller, they're taller. You know, I'm not going to raise them up or down. I want to see how the plant grows naturally. How much is it going to stretch? Is it going to stretch late? Is it going to stretch early? How will we know if we put it all the way close to the light? You know what I mean? So I want it to grow natural. Anyways, growmies, this is how the tent looks on about day 31 to 29. And overall, I'm pretty damn happy so far, since we have some great green bushy plants for the most part. And Star Spangled Banner 3 shows that it has potential, and is growing a lot better compared to 5 days ago. Now in this 2x2 grow tent, we'll continue to document the plants growing, to see how they develop in the next few days. So be sure to look out for another 2x2 autoflower tent grow. So growmies, we'll see what happens, we'll let the plants do the magic that they do, and keep documenting the process. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment. If you haven't seen my other grow/mocha reports, check them out. Keep it up out there, growmies, and stay motivated in this beautiful medicinal hobby. #GrowmieGang.